everybody, welcome to Ask Mark, our scuba diving Q&A. If you have any scuba diving questions, pop them down in the comments section underneath this video and use the Ask Mark hashtag to get yourself featured in an upcoming one. Today I'm answering questions from Brucey, 2 Sheds Gamecat, who I can only imagine has 2 sheds in his garden, but answering a question about buying dive equipment and the new Apple Watch Ultra. So Brucey asks, so seeing that the Apple Watch Ultra is something someone can likely pick up with their new mobile plan or just because it's an Apple and it's trendy, can an unqualified person gain full access to dive functionality through a paywall, or does it require some form of qualification verification on setup to allow its use? Now, little secret, you can buy a full set of scuba diving equipment with no qualifications. It's not the smartest thing to do because you're likely to hurt yourself, but thanks to internet shopping, you can buy pretty much everything except an air fill online. You used to have to talk to a dive center employee to get the dive equipment, and we can tell when you're unqualified, and while we can't legally prevent you from buying equipment, we were quite good at talking you out of doing something stupid. But no, there's no type in your student ID number or anything, or upload a photo of your cert card. No, with all dive equipment you can buy cylinders, wetsuits, fins, masks, the regulators, your dive computer, you can buy all online pretty cheap and go diving if you really wanted to. That's how they kind of, well, not even that, they used to make their own dive equipment back in the the original days, back in the 60s, 70s, that they would make their own equipment. You would have Popular Mechanics, and it would have instructions on how to build your own scuba gear, and that's how people went scuba diving. Nowadays that's quite rare. We have full-on manufacturers who specialize in scuba diving equipment, but yeah, you can buy that online, and if you're good enough you can walk into a dive center and walk out with it. You don't need a cert card to buy the equipment, and the same with the Apple Watch Ultra. Yeah, you can buy the Apple Watch Ultra and all the dive features are on there. You have to pay for some of the app features, but yeah, it's a fully functional dive computer. You don't have to prove that you're a scuba diver. However, that being said, let me put it the other way. I'm sure that there is an entire paragraph or 10 in the terms and conditions when you first just accept and get a new Apple Watch. I'm sure there's something in there that just says, oh yeah, don't take it scuba diving unless you're properly qualified. So yeah, I'm sure their legal team has covered them that way. But no, there's nothing to stop anybody from just buying one and jumping in the water. It's one of those things that you really shouldn't do it. But there's nothing legally that we can stop you. Ethically, yeah, we do everything that we can, especially if it's in person. I used to get it on the telephone. Someone would say, oh, I need a small air tank with all the hoses and whatnot. I'm not going particularly deep or something, and I can't remember what else they said, but I just said, oh, I presume you own a boat. They're like, yeah, how did you know? It's like, oh, you want just a small cylinder to under a fouled prop. And he's like, yeah, that's exactly it. It's like, yeah, right. So, and you go into the whole spiel of a small cylinder, even in shallow waters, it's only got limited time, and if you're already dealing with an entanglement, it's incredibly dangerous because you're likely to get yourself entangled, and even in just a meter or two of waters, if you can't reach fresh air, that little cylinder isn't going to last very long, especially to the untrained who's working and huffing and puffing. So yeah, there's nothing to stop anybody from buying all the dive equipment and just taking it in themselves, except hopefully common sense.